my channel, Sharp Designs by Lakeisha, where I am designing my way through life and inspiring you to do the same. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that post notification bell so that you are notified every single time I do an upload. Where we at, Cole?
At Garland.
Yep, if you guys know, we are at one of our favorite places, Target, for a few reasons. So I'm looking for some inspiration for today's vlog. I want to create something with you guys, something fun, balloon related, because it's been a while since, you know, we did that. I have been having a lot going on. If you have not been following me on Instagram, then you don't know that we are moving. Hubby got another promotion, so we are now moving to Salt Lake City, Utah. So originally I was planning on staying here in Washington with him, but then I decided, you know what, let's just all be together. I don't want to hang around. We don't have no family and friends here. So the only issue is that he had already got an apartment, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. So they do have 2 bedrooms, but when he went to switch it out until we can find purchase another home, the 2 bedrooms were gone. So now we're going to be in this 1 bedroom until we find our permanent solution for living. So yeah, so I'm gonna go in here to find some inspiration for today's vlog, as well as check out the new Dirt Devil vacuums. They have some smaller size ones that would be perfect for the apartment. It's also back to school, so if your child is going off to college or anything like that, this vacuum appears to be nice and compact. So we're gonna head into Target, find some inspiration for today's setup, as well as check out these vacuums. So we'll see you inside. So these are the 3 color options that we have. We have a beautiful green, gray, and then red. And this is also one of the styles. Then there's this style here, which is really compact, perfect for back to school, especially if you have a child going to college. And then there's this style, which happens to be popular because that's the style that I want. And all they have is red left on this particular end cap. So I'm going to check online and see if I can find this one in green, this beautiful green color at another Target. I want this color. It's called Crisp Green, y'all. That's the color I want there. So pick it up nearby today. Looks like it's located at a different location. They have 2 left, so I'm gonna head there and grab one. This little plate situation is so cute, and I actually think I have some balloons this color. This may be what I do inspires my creation for today, guys. I'll see y'all back at home. I'm gonna go pick up my vacuum cleaner and see y'all back at home. Alright guys, so I got my hands on that green color, and I really wanted that color because it blends perfectly with my home, which is neutral downstairs, and the only pops of color I really have on my plant, so this worked out perfect. I love that the vacuum was lightweight and it was super easy to put together, and it got all of the debris up out of the carpet as well as my sofas, which I'll show you in a bit. You guys know I typically blow my balloons right here in this spot as I watch TV, and if I don't clean the floors beforehand, the balloons are like a magnet to all types of debris and hair that get down there. And so this was perfect for getting all of that up. I love how lightweight it is, and it makes it simple. So I plan on bringing this with me as I start doing events again, because if you go somewhere and it has a dirty floor, you definitely don't want to put your balloons down there. So this is super easy and lightweight and comes apart so that you can fit it easily in your car. I also got up under my sofas, y'all. My daughter drops all of her little snacks down here, so I'm constantly having to vacuum, and it is a hassle bringing my heavy-duty vacuum cleaner downstairs. This was perfect to come apart and quickly get it up, and it was super lightweight and not too much stress on my arms as I did that work. Look how clean that is. Try to click the link in my description box to grab you one of these Dirt Devil vacuums in these beautiful colors. Now that we have the floors and our space is all clean, we don't have to worry about any debris showing up on the balloons. And that I didn't expect to love that as much. You know, even though this is sponsored, I didn't expect to love that vacuum cleaner as much as I do. I love the attachment. It's easy to get down in the couch. It's lightweight. It separates, goes back together, super easy. and I was just able to get in all the nooks and crannies over here. This is the primary space where you guys always typically see me blowing up my balloons. So that was perfect to make sure that we don't have any debris on my balloons. And this is literally the only space on my first floor that has carpet. So that worked well to where I can tuck that in my downstairs closet, or even sat it in the garage, right outside of the garage door. It's super slim and sleek. So I can just pull it out, put it back up when I need it, and just handle these 2 rugs that I have in the living room and then in my dining room area. And then I can leave the big heavy duty one upstairs for the larger carpet space that we have up there. So I have my balloons all picked out. I just kind of rummaged through my stash. I have some Shiny Rose Gold we're gonna use, which is by Gmar. I have some more Gmar Chocolate Brown. And then since we saw those beautiful plates that inspired me in Target, as well as my new vacuum, y'all, we're going to be doing some Shiny Green by Gmar. And then I also have a Mint Green by Tough Tech, just to give it a little bit of contrast. So that's what we're going to be using today, guys. I'm going to give you guys a few tips and tricks, or my best practices for creating spectacular balloon garlands. This one's probably going to be a little simple. I don't know, we might go crazy. We'll see how it goes once we start making it. I decided I'm going to be putting it up on my grass wall, which is up in my house. I shared when I put that up on Instagram as well as on TikTok. So if you don't follow me, go ahead and do that so that you can be up to date on what's going on. But we'll see how crazy we can get this to go, because I don't have all the sizes that I would typically use for a garland. I have mostly 5 and 11. I have this in 19 and this one in 17. So we'll try to see how voluminous we can get it. We're gonna start out blowing up our balloons. And if you are new here, I have this handy dandy pump that I will link down below for you guys if you are interested. I always do 2 at a time, and you blow your garlands up in 2 different sizes. That way it gives it that organic feel. So when you first blow up your balloons, they're gonna have kind of like a cone shape, which is not what you want for garlands. You wanna release some of that air, and that's going to give it more of a round shape instead of a cone shape. Yes, it takes away from the size of the balloon that you actually bought, but if you're trying to do an organic garland, you want them to be round, and that's what's going to give it that nice look. Then you just simply tie those 2 together, and that's how you create a dupe. Some people put their garlands together in quads. I don't like to do that because I feel like it limits the control that I have over my garlands. So I prefer to use, oh, this one only has 19 and 6. So let's see how this comes out. So this is a 19-inch balloon, so it can get pretty big, but because I only have 6 inches in this color, I'm not gonna blow that as big. And by pressing down and releasing some of that air, that rounds them out, and we're gonna tie these 2 together. And this was so the first one I did was the Shiny Rose Gold. This one is the Shiny Green. And then what else do we have? We're gonna get Rose Gold. So let's do some brown. We have 12 and, oh wow, do we only have 12? Oh no, nope, we got 12 and 5 in brown, so this one's gonna be 2 12 inches that we're gonna blow up. Release some of that air. And this is Gmar Brown. The last color we're going to do is our Mint Green, which I have in 15, 11, and 17. So I'm gonna do these 2. This one has a hole in it. This brand, Tough Tech, actually blows up pretty well. It kind of blows up round, so you don't necessarily have to worry too much about releasing air, which I do love. And this is Mint Green by Tough Tech. So this is what all of our colors look like together. This is a really pretty color scheme. So we have the Shiny Rose Gold, the brown, and then the shiny green. Hey guys, so we got all of our balloons blown up. I just showed you guys. So first things first is now we have to attach all these balloons, right? So I like to use 260s. They stretch out pretty far, so you can get a good amount of balloons on here if you do it right. I'll show you guys how to do it right. I started off using a needle and thread. Never, don't do that. Needles, balloons, don't mix. I made it work though. You just have to be very careful. Next, I graduated over to fishing line, which I don't use anymore unless I just don't have 260s, or I really don't use them anymore. So to start off with your 260, I like to start off on this tip part that is closed. Some people will take the 260s and link them all together to start off, but I don't like to do that because I just don't. So let's see. I guess I'll start off with this, why not? So I'm gonna take this 260 in the dupe. I'm gonna tie this part in a knot around the top of the balloon, and I'm gonna pinch the top of this, and you wanna stretch it out as much as you can because this has a lot of stretch. You're gonna tie it on there, and I double knot the first one that I tie on, which is what attaches it. And then we have all of this 260 left to add garland to. So I'm going to pinch the top. Make sure you have it stretched out. Pinch the top. You're going to take a second dupe. You're going to place it on there like a cross. Pinch it together. Pull your 260 to the top. You're going to cross it over to that dupe that you just added. Bring it around that dupe. Then you're going to go over the one that you started with, bring it back up to the center. You're basically making a figure 8 pattern, and then I like to take it around again for good measure, and that's what attaches your balloons together. And we can do one more to show you guys. Take my new cluster, place it in a cross over existing clusters, pinch it in together, bring your 260 up to the top, turn so you guys can see. We're going to cross over this new one, which is what locks it in. Then we're going to take it, bring it back around the existing cluster, back up to the center, give it a slight pull, and around for good measure. That's how you attach your balloon. And again, you want to make sure that if you are using a 260, you want to make sure that you are pulling it, because you see I still have all this stretch. If you don't stretch it as you're linking your balloons together, you're going to run out of 260. You won't barely get any clusters. And then what's going to end up happening is, because this has so much stretch to it, when you're making your garland's going to be loose. It's not going to be nice and snug as this is. So if I decide to go ahead and start adding in a new one, I'm going to cross that over into there. Cross this over the new one. Bring it around. You can do it under any existing one that's there. I like to do the closest one though. You're going to bring it back up to the top, around for good measure. And that's attached. That green one, as you can see, will still have a ton of stretch left. So again, it is very important that you make sure that you are stretching this 260 as you go along, and not just freely So as you can see, I always have my hand at the top and I'm pulling, not too tight. And that's what's linking the balloons together pretty good. So next, I guess I'll go on to brown. So what now is my pattern. And before you start, and before you do anything, it is important to have somewhat of a plan. I blew these balloons and put them together in the same color because I knew that I wanted to do the cluster effect. If I wanted to just do a random variety of balloons, I would have just matched the colors. But I prefer the cluster because it's a lot cleaner to the eyes, visually able to see a design that you're creating. And when you have a lot of colors, it can be hard to maintain a good pattern. So I'm gonna bring this new one in over here, cross it in the middle, bring my 260 up to the top, cross it over the new, back around the existing up to the top, around for good measure. And then also, you can see there's like a slight gap here. Balloons, once you have them on there, you can move them around if you want. So like this one here, if I wanted to do that, I could to hide that gap, but I'm gonna leave it now because I have some 5 inches and other colors that I'll be adding in later. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this put together, and you guys will see this done in fast mode. All right guys, so this is what I did with the balloons that I blew up. I probably need to blow up a few more, but we're gonna start with this just to get an idea of how it's gonna look. This is where I'm gonna be putting it at, over here, up on my grass wall. You've probably seen this on my Instagram page before if you follow me there. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get it put up. Probably try to start somewhere, probably have it falling down so I'll see how far up it goes, and then I may have to blow up some more to kind of get it to go up a little taller. We'll see how that turns out. So alright guys, so I do like this. This is literally standing there, nothing holding it up. But I think I want to do, that was perfect for that corner. I think I want to do just blow up a few more balloons just to get it curved up this way just a little bit. So I'm gonna do that. You guys have seen me blow up balloons already. I'm not gonna bore you with blowing up more balloons with me. And then once I finish blowing up a few more just to add to that top piece, I'll be back with you guys. I'm back. I got my piece to add onto the top of that garland just to have it going up the steps a little bit. I'm going to show you guys what I'm using is a 260 balloon to connect this piece with that piece, and then I have a command hook that I'm going to put on the stair banister there that's going to hold this piece at the top, because as you can see this piece is standing there fine, but this piece, once it starts to angle up, is going to need something to hold it in place. So that's what I'm about to use. I guess I can bring you guys over here with me. All right, so first things first. Oh, I'm just now looking at these steps, and my vacuum would actually be perfect. It's lightweight enough for me to be able to do the steps with no problem too, because the larger one that I have is a doozy. But anywho, back to this. So I'm gonna come here. First thing I'm gonna do is tie the 260 to the end of this garland. Before I attach it, I want to make sure it's also facing the right way. So this is the side that has the most texture going on, so I want to make sure this piece is in the front. And then I'm just going to take the 260 balloon. Actually, it might be easier to just go ahead and make a loop. So I'm going to take it here and make a loop. Just a loop here. Can you guys see that? I'm sitting up here on top, making sure to keep my texture in the front. Take that loop, and I'm going to attach it around the balloon that's already there. And now we have these two pieces attached. And this is how the hook looks. I just place it on the steps, and you want to make sure that you point the command hook going in the direction that the garland is going to pull, because if I had turned it the other way and the hook was going like this would slip off. So you need to make sure that you put it on there so that this is actually hooking onto the hook. And then I'm going to come around the front here, and we'll see what adjustments we need to make and all that good stuff. So this is how it looks. So looking at it, I need to pull this down some, but everything else appears to be okay. And so what I'm gonna do is see where I want to fill in. I do have to add on my clusters, and we'll get that going. So I'm going to get this adjusted and I'll be back to fill it in and give it some shape. Alright, so now any balloons that we have left over are considered fillers. I try to use all of the balloons that I blow up. I'm usually spot on. I don't know how it always works out, but I think it's because I just go ahead and use everything that I've blown up. So to do my fillers, makes it easy to apply them. Maybe the other way. As far as I'm thinking, you don't need to blow up. Empty anything else. So I'm gonna move this other way. So this is a large one, so I'm gonna put this on a 260 by itself. I tie a knot and then tie a loop on dupes when I do those. This is the only large one I have left. I think it'll be the only large one we're gonna need anyway. So I have the perfect spot for this one to go. And then these smaller ones, we're taking 260 balloon, double knotting onto it. Chocolate is next to, oh, perfect. So the chocolate ones are next to this color on the garland, so I can do some chocolates double, and then I'm gonna do some with the green one. Rose gold is also next to this one. So we'll do chocolate with one of these. And one chocolate with rose gold. I'm looking back at the garland, if you're wondering what I'm looking at. So my battery's about to die. I'm gonna finish tying these up and I'll check back in with you guys once I start to add them. Hey y'all, so I'm back and I got my clusters on the 260 balloons, as you guys can see here. So I just go in and attach them. It's real simple to do. I'm trying to think if I should start. I'm gonna start from the bottom. I already know for a fact that this larger one I want to place in this gap here. And this one I put the loop on, so I'm just gonna loop it around. And that fills that gap there. And then I'm gonna just start adding in. Let me just bring you guys a little closer so you can see. So to add in a 260, for example, right here, I'm going to pick a spot, which I think I want to put this one right here. So I'm going to loop it around, bring this in, around, drop it where I want that one to go, and then this one, it's right there. And that's how that works. So now I'm going to move on to this color. So I don't really have any 5 inches for that one. I think I'm going to put this piece over here though. So I'm going to wrap this around here. Move it around. Set that chocolate in there for right now. This one over here to the side. I want this chocolate piece to move in the center there. And if you have an issue with like the 260 you showing, you just want to make sure you tuck it behind. They're not meant to be seen. You can also get these in the exact colors, but it's not really necessary because you just make sure you tuck and hide them. But as you can see, how this gives it all the extra texture. And then down here it's just kind of plain. So we're just going to keep working our way down to the bottom. So I don't have any 5-inch clusters in that green. What I'm going to do is this one here to fill in that gap. And we're just gonna move on down here to where the chocolate and green is. And put a chocolate one there to fill that gap. And move this one back up to the top. As you can see, sometimes you have to play with it a while before you get it right. So much for checking out today's vlog. I hope that you found it useful. If you are not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit that post notification bell so that you are notified every single time I do an upload. I will see you guys on the next vlog. Bye.